Hey everybody, welcome to the daily reading for August 31st. So I'm going to share what I'm getting for you intuitively, and then I'm going to pull a Soul Trees Oracle card for you, and then we're going to see what additional guidance wants to come through for you. So what I get for August 31st is that you guys are starting to relax and you're starting to get more comfortable with your situation. And I think that the readings that we've done earlier this week for Monday and Wednesday were really useful for you because it does take a little while to transition to a new situation. So the stress that you were feeling, the not wanting to necessarily open up just yet, all of that was perfectly normal. All of that was fine. But, and all of that, needed to happen, right? Because that's just how relationships and situations work. You need to scope out the situation before you dive in. Some people like to dive in, but that's not always the best course of action. But in your case, you guys wanted to scope it out and make the best plan for it. And so that was great. And I think that you would have relaxed at some point anyways, but really what the readings this week were there for was to make you aware of what you were doing, because sometimes you can be stressed about a situation and reacting completely normally like you guys were, but then not be aware of what you're doing and how it's impacting things and how it's building out your future. And so with the past two readings that we've done this week, yes, you're reacting normally, but then you were made aware that it's time for you to relax, it's time for you to open up, and then that knowledge is helping you subconsciously and also consciously, because you heard the readings, to help you move forward faster so that you really are going to start building those relationships for your future and building out a better outcome for yourself later on down the road. So I would say that you guys are not done yet. There's still work to be done in this realm of building that connection and that relationship, but again, you guys are doing a really good job. What you've been through this past week is completely normal. And then also, you can't just open up and share your entire life story on day one, right? Relationships do need to develop. And so I would say you're not done yet, but you know what? Give yourself a pat on the back because you guys have been doing great, and you're only gonna continue to do better next week. And I think that you should spend the weekend really thinking about how the week went and really patting yourself on the back for how it went, and really thinking about the people that you are now interacting with and think about all their positives. Think about how great the week went. Think about the connection that you're feeling with them, and think about why you're excited to see them next week. And I think all of that reflection will really put you in a really good place. I think that you will see how far you've come and will really appreciate yourself and just the progress that you've made this week. And I think all of that is just really important, is take this weekend to reflect so that you're really setting yourself up for a really good week next week. And I actually feel like there's going to be a few hurdles and obstacles starting early next week. And so you guys already starting to build out those relationships is going to be good. And then you guys will actually get closer with the people that you're working with and that you've been more reserved with next week, when you have to work on obstacles together and really get to know each other and how you all work. And then you accomplish those obstacles together as a team, as a unit, and share in that bond of success. So like I said, I went ahead and pulled a Soul Trees Oracle card for you. And the card that I got for you is Transition, which I think is pretty fitting for what we've just talked about. So a lot of times transitions can be pretty difficult. There is this phase when, people don't really like change, and people don't always want to change, not only on the physical level when their whole world is changing, when our organization is changing, but then also change internally when there are emotional and spiritual developments that need to take place that are important for you and your growth and your next step in life. But with you guys, I feel like this has been one of the better transitions for you, that it's just been really positive and it's going to continue to be positive, and that you guys have just really done a good job. And again, like, pat yourselves on the back and really reflect on what's gone on this past week over the weekend, and really just get excited by all of the positives that have happened, not just in terms of the team or whatever it is, your situation, but really more so in terms of you and who you are and who you're becoming and the growth that you've achieved in this past week. And whenever I keep saying that things are going to turn out really well, I'm not saying that there aren't going to be hurdles and obstacles. What I'm saying is that you guys are really building a very strong foundation of relationships and energy, that no matter what the obstacles, you guys are going to come out doing well and on top. So yes, there are going to be obstacles, and there might be a little bit of like, oh my God, what do we do? But you guys are going to be able to work on it together as a team with the people that you are incorporating into your life right now. And you're just building those relationships to where it will never really be like, how in some teams people like to play the blame game, where they'll just blame you. Like even if you didn't make a mistake, they'll just blame one person, and then it's like everybody's just pointing fingers at them. Even if you do make a mistake on this team, nobody's going to do that because they're just going to be very team minded. And really, what they want, the reason why it's so important for you guys to open up and integrate with this team is because they really are that team, and that's really important to them, is incorporating you into that team. Because if a mistake happens, it doesn't matter who it is, could be you like everybody's going to want to solve it together, and they're not going to want to point fingers. They're going to be like, all right, like what was the issue? All right, we don't care who did it, we just want to fix it. And that's really the kind of team that you want to be a part of. And that's just, those teams can be really, really rare. They can be so rare, and so you really have this gift in your life. So again, just be open to it, ease into the team, integrate with them, allow yourself to open up. You don't have to, again, share everything on day one, right? That's not normal. Nobody does that, or nobody should do that. You don't want to give information overload, but be open, and just kind of share information as it makes sense, and really integrate with them and build those bonds. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend of a lot of positive reflection on who you are, yourselves, how far you've come, the great team that you're on, because you guys really are on a great team. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video.